Good morning, students. Welcome you in the class of English. And today you will participate in the question answer discussing all question answers and exercises of homesickness. You remember very well, I had finished this chapter, homesickness, last week, but could not complete the question answer. In this video, this is the third video of this week, and I am going to explain you all the question answers of understanding the text and all the objectives that is under the column grammar and uses and words in use. So let us see now, and all of you just take your book, and I am sure that you all will enjoy, all you will learn everything. Here you see on page 24 the exercise of the chapter homesickness. Answer these questions. What is the first question? Why did the speaker think that he may sound silly? How did he argue that he was not silly? The speaker thought that he might sound silly as he was a child of his age. He was a child of here just 9 years old, and so he knew that a child of 9 years old didn't know what is appendix. That's why he thought that he might sound silly. But he argued, he gave the explanation that he was not silly. Why? Because he was quite aware about the incident, how his sister had suffered from appendix, and he had observed very closely all the symptoms and all the just problems that his sister faced during the period of appendix, and that's why he was full confident that he would act like that, he would prove that he had the problem of appendicitis. Let us see. Second question. How did the speaker and his sisters react to the event of an operation inside their home? You know very well, the narrator and his sisters were lurking in the corridor while the operation was going on in the nursery at his home. So how did the speaker and his sisters react to the event? Both the writer and his sisters lurked down in the corridor outside the nursery while the operation was on. They watched spellbound, they listened here and saw spellbound, listening to the soft medical murmurs that was coming out from the nursery room. The writer could imagine his sister's stomach sliced open, and every picture inside the nursery was before his eyes. He could imagine what was going on inside the nursery. Third question is here. Who are the adults in this story, and how did the speaker as a child feel towards them? Why do you think he felt that way? The adults in the story are his mother, you know very well, his mother, matron, and Dr. Dunbar. The speaker was very emotionally attached to his mother, you know, who did not want to send him. His mother did not want to send him to a study at a boarding school. However, at the persuasion of Mr. Dunbar, when Dr. Dunbar convinced her that it was the right time for him to send in the boarding school, she sent the boy to a study there. Mr. Dunbar was a doctor who caught him lying about appendix, so he was speechless and he was afraid as well. But the doctor taught him lesson not to repeat that kind of act in his life. The speaker did not like the matron. Just let us see how he reacted. towards matron. The speaker did not like the matron. He wanted to make her believe his excuse, and he got success in his plan. Fourth question you can see. Dr. Dunbar taught the speaker a lesson, but also helped him. Dr. Dunbar taught the speaker a lesson, but also helped him. How did he do that? Dr. Dunbar taught the boy a lesson that life is tough, life is full of difficulties, and he should learn to face the challenges of life as soon as possible. He assured the boy, he assured the speaker that he would inform his school that he was under his treatment and needed 3 more days rest. So in this way he supported him, he helped him. Next one you can see exercise here, that is here B. Read these lines and answer the questions. Lines from the book is here. For years, after that, I used to get nervous whenever I found a toothbrush bristle on my tongue. Whenever the speaker found any loose bristle of toothbrush in his tongue, he was very nervous. Why? Why was he nervous? That is the question. The speaker got nervous because he recalled his Nani's statement. He remembered what Nani had told him, how toothbrush bristle caused the appendix rotten, made the appendix rotten, and consequently it caused the pain. Consequently was the pain. See the second question in that one. What can you understand about the speaker's attitude to his Nani from this statement? Which other words support your answer? Question is, what can you understand about the speaker's attitude to his Nani from this statement, the statement given there? And which other words support your answer? The speaker loved his Nani very much, and trusted her completely. He thought her wiser than the King Solomon. He thought his Nani that his Nani was wiser than Solomon, the king. In the history, that he is known as a very wise king. He is known for his wisdom, great wisdom. She had told him the story of German soldiers who left the box loaded with loose bristled toothbrushes in the shops, which infected the appendix of English soldiers. So this is what this is the statement that supports. Second question. I entered the room clutching my stomach on the right hand side and staggering pathetically. Here is the statement. On basis of this statement, you will have some questions. I entered the room clutching my stomach on the right hand side and staggering pathetically. First question on basis of this statement, on basis of this extract from the text is, which room is being referred here? The room of a matron is being referred here. Why was the speaker clutching his stomach on the right hand side? The speaker was clutching his stomach on the right hand side because he knew that appendix was found in that side, that part of stomach, that part of abdomen. And so he wanted to prove, he wanted to make the matron realize that he had pain in the appendix. Why was the next here statement? Why was, question is here, why was he staggering pathetically? Why was the speaker staggering pathetically? He was staggering pathetically because he wanted to make the matron believe that he had real pain in the appendix. He wanted to make her realize that he had real pain in his appendix. Then, see the next question. Then I slipped in the clincher. Then I slipped in the clincher. What was the clincher? What was the clincher? The clincher was that he was successful. He got success in making the matron and the doctor believe that he was suffering from appendicitis. He was successful. He got success to make them realize. What do you think the word clincher means here? The word clincher means here that he would be allowed to go back home for few days. This is what the clincher means here. He was rigid. He had firm belief that what he was acting would help. His acting would help to go back home. He just was quite just confirmed. Let us see now, fourth one. Life is tough. Life is tough, and the sooner you learn how to cope with it, the better for you. This was the statement here by Dr. Dunbar when he returned back home from the school and the doctor checked. He told him, life is tough, and the sooner you learn how to cope with it, the better for you. He taught a lesson. Why did Dunbar say this to the speaker? Do you think that after this incident he would face a similar situation differently? What would you do if faced with a similar situation? Dr. Dunbar was a friend of his father. Dr. Dunbar, who checked him at his home, was a friend of his father, who died a few years back. The speaker's father had died a few years back. Being a well-wisher, he wanted the boy to do well in his life. The doctor wanted, as he was the well-wisher of the family, he wanted the boy to do well in his life, to do something well. He made the child realize, he made the child feel about the challenges of life, that life was full of challenges, full of difficulties, and how to overcome them. I think the writer's attitude to life would change, because he convinced him, he persuaded him very well. And the boy promised, the speaker, the writer promised him that he would not just repeat that kind of act. So I think the writer's attitude to life would change. And here is said here, what do you think if you face this problem? I too would follow the advice of my elders, of the people, those who give such advice, valuable advice to our life, in our life, as they want my well-being. So these were some of the questions. Here is appreciating the text that you can find out from the books only very well. This is what is here demanded. You can see here grammar and uses, my dear. Grammar and uses. That is what here? Exercise A. Here exercise A is complete these sentences with the correct forms of the base verbs in the brackets. The first one is done. Here in the bracket at the last of sentence you have been given a verb. We have to fill in the blank with the correct form, and that word, the form we will make, we are going to change, will be adjective. Will be adjective. Let us see. We must learn to look for the hidden meaning in the poems. Hidden is here third form of verb, but is working as an adjective. Hidden meaning. It is surprising that Grandpa came to watch my play. From surprise will be surprising. Here next word is frighten. Which form will be in the sentence? To suit and to make it meaningful. The horror film we watched last night was so frightening. So frightening. The students who are, here is the blank and the word given in the bracket is interest. The correct form of interest will be interested. The students who are interested can sign up for the quiz club. Fifth one, he was very relaxed. From relax, here will be relaxed. He was very relaxed after the interview ended. She told me such an exciting story yesterday. Exciting. From excite will be exciting. And all these participle form of verb we have given here. Present participle or past participle for. These are working as an adjective, as they are modifying or qualifying the noun that comes after that. Now you have here exercise B. You have to point out the relative clause in the sentence and noun clause here. As the first one is here, already here described, that you can see. Here I put my, you see here, read on the, just say in the given boxes example, I put my question to Nani, who was very wise person. Who was very wise person written in red letter is what here? Relative clause. About who, what is the noun? What is the noun of this relative clause? That is Nani. I put my question to Nani, who was a wise person. Who was a wise person? Nani. And that's why who was a wise person is a relative clause, and here Nani is noun clause. Like that is second one example. You have a stomach infection, which I shall cure with pills. Which I shall cure with pills is relative clause, and here the noun is stomach infection. Stomach infection. So is here to do. You see, the first one is done in the exercise. In second question, this is the shop that is known for selling good spices. In the sentence, that is known for selling good spices is relative clause. So write for that one RC. Short form relative clause RC. R for relative and C for clause. Relative clause. You underline that and write under that RC. And the noun clause is here, the shop. That you underline and just write under that NC, noun clause. You must have a pencil, you must have taken, and you please underline that. You see third one, everybody respects Gomti, who works hard to support a large family. Who works hard to support large family is relative clause, means RC. You write RC. Who works hard to support a large family. And Gomti is noun clause. Gomti is noun clause. So underline Gomti and write under that NC. NC for noun clause. Fourth one, people who lose their passports. Here who lose their passports is relative clause. Who lose their passports is relative clause. So underline and write under that RC. And people is noun clause with which it is related. Fifth one, the town has a large park where there is a beautiful greenhouse. Where there is a beautiful greenhouse is relative clause, and a large park is noun clause. Sixth one, the famous author who has won the Nobel Prize is going to speak at the meeting. Who has won the Nobel Prize is relative clause, and the famous author is noun clause. So students, it's very clear to you and you must have underlined and written. C exercise. Next one. Combine each pair of sentences by changing one of them into relative clause. Here you can see this is the new comedy. It was released last week. Here is already done that one. This is the new comedy which was released last week. This is the new comedy which was released last week. Second one, you borrowed a book from the library. Is this the book? You have to write, is this the book that you borrowed from the library? Is this the book that you borrowed from the library? And there will be question mark, obviously. It is a question. We enjoyed the visit to the art museum. You can see some amazing sculptures there. How you have to write? We enjoyed the visit to the art museum where you can see some amazing sculptures. We enjoyed the visit to the art museum where you can see some amazing sculptures. Fourth one, further, north is our family home. It was built by my great grandfather. That will be joined like that. Further, north is our family home. Further, north is our family home, which was built by my great grandfather. Which was built by my great grandfather. There is an old bungalow on Nandi Hill. Mahatma Gandhi once stayed there. On Nandi Hill is a great bungalow. On Nandi Hill is a great bungalow where Mahatma Gandhi once lived. Where Mahatma Gandhi once lived. We need time to get to Jodhpur. It is quite some distance away. We need time to get to Jaipur. We need time to get to Jaipur, which is quite some distance away. Which is quite some distance away. Now you have to join here these three columns A, B, C. You can see one is already done for you. So rest will be here that you see A, B, C, how that will join. You see A, reply, a stop, phrase. Reply, a stop and phrase. Third column, phrase. Under column A you see B, quarters, close. Under column B, close, quarters, close, and then will be attention. Next, practice, common knowledge. Practice, common knowledge. And D is already done, solved only, that is reasons, sound and advice. Infection, severe punishment. Infection, severe punishment. And next will be lights, bright, idea. Lights, bright, idea. With the help of that, you have to do here next. With the help of this one only. Now make sentences using the collocations. These are called collocations. The words that is here used here together, always generally used in our spoken and written to form a particular meaning, a special meaning, a specific meaning. They are in here pair, just always used. That is called here collocations. This pair of word that is here always used, like severe pain. You have here sound reasons, where you have close quarters. Okay, a stock reply. These are called collocations. These words are used in a pair together at one time, and it has a special meaning, a specific meaning that commonly the people understand that. That is called collocations. You will have here one chapter collocations in your grammar. So in that one also I will explain it. You can see here first one is done. Write how Dr. Dunbar helped the speaker. He gave the speaker some sound advice. some sound advice. You can see the collocations, some sound advice. Write how the speaker solved his problem of homesickness. He had a sound reason to solve his problem of homesickness. Third one, you see, write how the speaker remembered the symptoms of appendix. He had observed his sister's symptoms of appendix at close quarters. These close quarters you have already read these here collocations in your chapter in the text story, and I had explained you. Fourth one, write why Nani answered many questions in the same way. She had a stock phrase. She had a stock phrase. This is what collocations, a stock phrase. Write how the speaker knew the matron was a trained nurse. It was a common practice to hit on the top of the stomach to check for infection. Common practice. Write what might have happened if the school knew that the speaker had been lying. He might have been given severe punishment. Collocative words, severe punishment. So he might have been given severe punishment. So thank you, students. Here we have finished this here chapter, and in the next here in one here just I will explain you that one. That is your question answer of the poem as well. So thank you very much joining the class. You will all write these question answers in the copy, all question answers in the copy, and objectives that I have explained you. That is your grammar in uses and words in use in book, and you practice them well. Thank you very much. Thank you.